In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 8, we find the story of Jesus going into the house of one of his disciples, Peter. And it says that as Jesus entered Peter's house, he saw his mother-in-law lying there sick with a fever. He touched her hand, and the fever left her. And she rose and began to serve him. That evening they brought to him many who were oppressed by demons, and he cast out the spirits with a word, and healed all who were sick. This was to fulfill what was spoken by the prophet Isaiah. He took our illnesses and bore our diseases. Matthew uses this text, and he says that this is a fulfillment of what was spoken by the prophet Isaiah. He references Isaiah 53 here. It's a text that's been commonly referred to as, prophecy of the suffering servant. And you read through it, and you see very clearly how this text prophesies the suffering and death of Jesus. That he bore our illnesses. He took our diseases. And nowhere did he do that more clearly than on the cross. On the cross, not only did Jesus bear the condemnation of the Roman government and the religious leaders, but he also bore the condemnation of all sicknesses, all diseases. He chose to serve us and love us by bearing our illnesses, taking away our diseases. And this is certainly physical illnesses, as we've seen in this text, but this is also spiritual illnesses, mental diseases. This is relational illnesses. This is, diseases of temptation, of sin, even death itself. And Jesus came and he chose to bear those for us, for me, and for you. Today, Jesus still chooses, if you will let him, to bear your illnesses and take away your diseases, whatever they may be. Whether it's an illness of depression and anxiety, whether it's the disease of sin, of greed, of lust, of whatever it may be, wherever you are, whatever burdens you're carrying, Jesus is asking, he's inviting you to allow him to bear them for you, to take them away from you. That's what the word forgiveness means in the Greek, aphiemi, to take it off of us and send it away. And he's offering that to you today. I love that in this text, as Jesus healed Peter's mother-in-law, it says that she rose up, right? This is a big metaphor in the Gospels for resurrection. Right? It's the same word. To rise again is the same word for resurrection. And so we see this symbolic resurrection of Peter's mother-in-law. And the way she responds is so perfect. As she is risen to new life, she then turns, and the first thing she does is she serves Jesus. The word serve is also the word for minister. She began ministering to Jesus. And indeed, this is all of our call. If you have been healed by Jesus, you are called into ministry. That's right, you are called into ministry if you have been healed by Jesus. The question for you now to consider is, how will you serve Jesus today? What ministry is he inviting you into today? I encourage you to reflect deeply on this, prayerfully on this, as you seek to not only be healed by Jesus, but to respond by his love and healing, by a service of love of your own. Go in peace. Amen.